Okay, so don't know what happened there. Totally, man, I don't know. I got so into talking about the Wii Sports, that I must have twisted the mic the wrong way because I think it's my phone. I mean, it could be the dongle that I use for attaching the inline headphones. Yeah, but when you twist it the wrong way, all of a sudden it cuts off whatever you were listening to, recording in this case. But I guess now I understand what happened when I had that one episode where I just kept talking and talking and there was static. It must have been because this wasn't plugged in correctly, and whatever I was recording was coming from the phone's microphone, not the microphone that I was speaking into. And that's why it wasn't hearing me. And that's why it just sounded like 20 something odd minutes of bridge noise. Man, I don't know. I mean, it would be nice if the wireless headphones I got worked well. Maybe I'll try them again. Do a test run some other time this week just to see if they work any better, because this is annoying. I mean, I have to hold the phone up and make it look like I'm talking on the phone. I mean, I guess I'll do that with the regular phones anyway. But I don't know. It's dumb. I mean, I blame Apple for getting rid of the 3.5 millimeter jack. That was just so nice having that. Not needing this dumb dongle. I mean, if I were a smart man, I would have listened to where the audio cut off, and I'd fill you in on everything that you missed while I thought I was talking to you, but I was actually just talking to myself. So, I mean, I could summarize. We had a game called Wii Sports. Everyone loved. I couldn't think of tennis as the last game in Wii Sports. I let my dad sell the game, and now I want it, because who doesn't want Wii Sports? Everyone loves Wii Sports. It hasn't aged too poorly, the graphics anyway. They're cartoony. I mean, Mii's, and I have a Wii U, and the Wii U plays Wii games, and like I said, if I were a smart man, a lot of things would be different in the way I live my life. Sometimes I'm smart and I just make dumb decisions, and I don't know. Ooh, pretty water. The fun thing about walking on the Brooklyn Bridge is it's like a boardwalk for the pedestrian portion, and there are little spaces sometimes between the boards, and you can see what's down below, and you can see the water. At least I think it's the water. Yeah. It's a nice day out today. It's maybe in the low 40s. Pretty windy, but almost no clouds in the sky. Sunny. Great day for a walk around town. But now you go to a GameStop and you say, "One Wii Sports, please," and it's going to come out to $50, because apparently now everyone and their mothers wants to play Wii Sports. Maybe the Wii is having a resurgence. I don't know, but I mean, if I was tracking the price of the game like I did maybe like GameCube games back in the day, I would know how, when the dip was and when it started to come back up. But I remember GameCube games were super cheap for a long time, especially in the Wii's prime. Get a copy of Super Mario Sunshine for $5. When I went to college, one of the reasons why I told my roommate, let's get a GameCube, is because everything was so cheap for it. Maybe not the controllers were probably the most expensive part, but the system was probably $40. To get some of the good games for it, it was pretty cheap, all things considered. now, that'd be, no, I guess that would be getting a Wii would be the cheap thing to get. Except if you want to get Wii Sports, of course. And even, you go on eBay or something like that, the prices there are reflecting that too. It's super expensive. They probably, people who sell on eBay probably look at what it's going for on GameStop and be like, okay, maybe I could sell this for $40. Trying to undersell GameStop, because GameStop will give you pennies on the dollar for whatever games you give to them. I guess, and the Wii U version of Wii Sports is even more expensive than Wii Sports itself, probably because there's so few copies of it. It's the opposite. Well, maybe not the opposite, but it's the opposite situation for stock, but the same thing with the price. Super weird. All this is also me hanging on to old systems for dear life. If I were, hip and with it, I'd be already playing the Switch by now. But this is me trying to be not with it. Oh, excuse me, burped. Oh. That was like a half yawn. Oh. That was a sigh. Just narrating the sounds I make. But no, I really want Wii Sports again. It was fun, just to, if you just want a casual thing. I have some casual things that I can just throw up and play. I got Angry Birds for Wii. I got for $5 from a dollar store once because I wanted to use a coupon that I had there. That just made sense to get. I have this Star Fox Tower Defense game. Tower Defense is fun. I used to play that all the time. Flash games. Like Balloon Tower Defense. That was a classic high school game. But Wii Sports just it has a different charm to it. I don't think they've made a Switch version for Wii Sports. That'd be interesting to see. They've got the Joy-Cons that can work theoretically. I know the motion detection is different for that. There's no bar, which I think is supposed to be better technically for capturing the motion. But I am also excited somewhat to play. I got a new game. Well, also not a new game. It's an old game, not even a new game for me, because I think I acquired this game sometime in 2019. I was not technically the one who even picked it up. So a coworker picked it up for me, a friend, because I was working late and I wasn't planning on working late and I already ordered the game and I needed to pick it up from the one store that had both the games that I wanted to get in Brooklyn. So she picked it up for me and brought it to work the next day. But the first game, which I played maybe like halfway through and kind of lost interest in, was The Blob, which was a fun little color, for kids. Coloring the world, different colors. That's gray. Well, the world turned to gray, and you're a color guy, and you color the world back and save the people. Saving the world, that kind of thing. This other game is Watchmen, which the first game didn't get the best reviews, but I remember I wanted to get it for the Wii U, but it's an open world game, and for a while that was one of the better open world games for the Wii U before Breath of the Wild. But once I was looking at the prices in 2019, and the Wii U version was double the price, and didn't seem like they used the gamepad all that much, so passed on that. I got the PS3 version for $5, but I spent about 30 minutes last night downloading all of the updates. I guess I never really got around to playing it. I don't know why. It seems like the hassle. Plus, it's kind of similar to GTA, and I think I may have bought GTA shortly before, shortly after that. And GTA is probably, okay, it's probably a better game overall. In many ways, but seemed interesting. The concept of hacking people's phones and cars and bank accounts. It seemed like a fun game. So, but what I'm gonna try to do is maybe see how far I can get playing it this week. Between all my marathon walks, I'm gonna try to beat a game. I was doing the math. I have maybe, off the top of my head, maybe like 30 video games, and I've only defeated the final boss in them maybe in like 8 or 9 of them, give or take. And some of them there is no final boss, like Super Smash Bros. I guess I count that I completed the game when I got all the characters. That's really the main objective, aside from having fun. But maybe, I'm not as bad as some, like one of my friends just keeps buying games and never plays them. So at least I don't have that problem. At least after I played Watchmen, I will have played all of the games I owned at some point. Maybe the sports games are the ones that I bought just because, Madden's for 10 cents, let me get that. Aside from that one, I played most of them. At least to see that they work. Like the sports games, I all booted up once to see if they worked. But sports games that's fun because I bought NBA 2012 because that was the last season I really paid attention to basketball, so might as well be the version of the sports games I get. I guess that's, the knock against sports games is that, after a year they are irrelevant because they A, update all the rosters the next year with the same players, and B, the next year it's pretty much the same game just with different players. So the year before, it's really not. Maybe if you play a year-old, not as bad, but a 10-year-old sports game has, then you have the old players and you have the old graphics. It's not necessarily a wash, but it's not what everyone wants to get on Christmas. If I bought my friend NBA 2K 2012, they would be a little confused and disappointed. Like I wasted all my money on that. But as a sports fan that's been on the fence about some sports lately, just having the game that represents, this was the last time I paid attention. These are the if I got a sports, NBA, the 2K, whatever now, I probably wouldn't know half the players, or I wouldn't recognize the big names. But 2012, the year after that, I was the one and only year I did a NBA fantasy league. Who does the NBA fantasy? So that was a fun purchase. That was another game that was like 30 cents. There's a GameStop that was closing. So but played once or twice, and it's like, those games, if you play like a season or something like that, and you're really into the sport, maybe it's fun to do, but I feel like those games are one of the ones that are more fun when you're playing with someone else on the couch. But as I'm going, so I'm almost technically, I'm pretty much off the bridge, but because now with the Brooklyn Bridge, they changed it up so we no longer have a bike path shared with the pedestrian lane. I took, instead of the usual pedestrian exit, I took the bike exit. Just to see where it led off, and well, the former bike exit, which is now just a separate pedestrian exit. So, and now I'm exiting that. So, I'll upload this as a part 2, as I'm wont to do when these things are separated. But no, aside from that, it was fun. I always enjoy talking to you, having this conversation. I think this is the 1-year anniversary of the end of season 2. This isn't the end of season 3 just yet. I've got a few more episodes up my sleeve. The weather is nice enough to just be wandering outside, and don't need there haven't been too many must-wear glove days so far this season. Little unnerving when it's warm enough to just walk outside with the jacket open in late December, but at this point, what are you going to do? Except say good day and good night.